I had a rumour that there are only 12 of these that have been sent out to anyone, and I am excited. Let's take a look inside. Hello and welcome to Tabletop Gaming. As I loom around this massive box, we are the home of exciting things like a tabletop gaming magazine that comes out monthly. We talk all things board games, card games, trading card games and everything in between, and trading card games is exactly where we sit with this big shiny box that I haven't opened yet. If you're into your trading card games, this is one to check out. If you are into your Star Wars games, this is one to check out. Let us see what's inside, and I'll give you a little bit of context as we go. So, Star Wars Unlimited is the newest trading card game from Fantasy Flight Games. It is a very exciting moment because, of course, we've had a lot of excitement around trading card games recently, and this one does things differently by being Star Wars, which, for me, big tick box. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Wah! Oh, it's paper. Okay. We need to get past the paper and then we'll find out what excitement awaits us. Ready? 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 Let's see if we can turn this up so you can see. And it's Star Wars stuff! I mean, A, what a surprise, but B, how much of it is in here? Oh, we have the exciting set here. Let's have a look at what we have actually included. So, first of all, we have a letter. Hi Charlie, we're so excited to share Set 1 Spark of Rebellion with you. We hope you enjoy Star Wars Unlimited as much as we enjoy creating it every day. Oh, that's so cute. Right. Okay, great. Lovely. Love the letter. Let's get into the cool stuff. Namely, we have the 2-player starter set. Oh, I'm going to get straight into this. So you may have seen these out and about. These are sort of shown as the standard. This is what you're probably going to need to buy just to get going. And of course, it is Luke versus Vader. Now, this is a great way to start because we're jumping in right at the deep end with the big, exciting characters, the ones that are going to draw as many people in as possible. And the more people play it, the better it starts off, right? The better support for later sets as well. And the more excitement we have when we can proudly show off the things that we pick up. Now, they include a deck list, which you'll be able to find online. I can link to that in the description so that you can see. But ultimately, this 2-player starter box comes with everything you'll need. 2 fully built decks, rules, tokens and more, and full playsets of 10 different exclusive cards that can only be found in this. Now, one thing that I love about things like this when they're supported well is that they also have a recommended Gamegenic card sleeve size. So I'm gonna guess, and I would be right, that Gamegenic have provided quite a lot of accessories for this, which is why it's not just this one starter set that we're looking at, but it is also all of the cool stuff that goes along with it too. So stay tuned for that. We'll have another look directly inside of that, but Gamegenic stuff, what have we got? Well, if we want to be protecting our cards, we have art sleeves. And that will give you 60 card sleeves, which is enough for your gameplay for your one deck. Now, you may need another one of these if you're going to be sleeving both of them. Of course, we always recommend a sleeve. And I think, oh, even better, we have far more than I expected. We actually have, so altogether, 4 different types of card sleeves. Okay, so let's look at some artwork. This one is your first one, so sort of a standard, less maybe jazzy, but still beautiful version. As just a way to keep your stuff nice. Now to match that, which is obviously a dark side one because it's red, we have a blue one. So when we're playing as Darth Vader and as Luke, we have our options. If you mix them up, it will stress me out. Please stick to your sides. We have a beautiful Star Wars Unlimited. Same thing, so same pattern, but we're looking at the blue instead to make it the good side, not the dark side, or the light side, I should say. Now, following that theme, we can stick with our favourite characters. So obviously we're going to open Darth Vader first. Now, the artwork I find in these sets in general is incredibly interesting because it feels very reminiscent of sort of the earlier, more original art that's almost a style in itself. It's kind of a funky, almost comic-esque but shiny, and there's probably a name for it and it's one that I don't know, but here is Luke in all his glory as well. So obviously we see these on the sets, we see them on the front. This is precisely what these guys are, but it's nice to have some beautiful artwork being shown off. It's not just on the front of these that's going to get probably a discarded box. I know people sometimes keep them, but it's not going to get discarded, it's going to get used in everyday play, and I think that's a great thing because it's really nice artwork. To match those, because again, that artwork should be used everywhere, and in this case it has been, we also have some beautiful cases. Look at these. So these are in order to keep your cards safe once collected, and so that you can take them to your game shop to play those games all together. Now, if you collect cards or have done previously, you've probably come across these. They are a harder plastic casing that allows you to keep your things safe. You can also, in this case, separate them out and keep your tokens potentially, or whatever you like, inside there, which is within it, which is a really nice touch. Now, even inside, so branding wise I should say, we've got Luke on the front, we've got Darth Vader on the back, we've got on the top, so you can write in there specifically if you're keeping things, and you can even see a little Star Wars Unlimited logo in there as well. So they're really thinking about what's going inside, and of course then this sits beautifully into there. Very nice. Now, those style of boxes are referred to as the soft case. You can see those here, and they're described as an all-in-one solution. This one is exactly the same, but with different artwork. I love this. Look at Vader in all of his glory. And then on the back, we have the Death Star. How amazing does that look with the Star Wars logos on the side? And then we'll just see if there's any different artwork. So the token box has that beautiful, I'm gonna pop it open, has that beautiful Death Star artwork on it as well. That artwork carries on through with this, look, it's a game mat, but with that artwork included. Now, I'm desperate to get inside this. Am I gonna be able to do it without scissors? Love me a game mat, do I? So here we have that artwork all over again. It saves you struggling to pick up your cards when you're moving things around, and it has a non-stick base as well, so it shouldn't move around on your table. It should stop your cards getting knocked and should make things a bit easier. And it looks like this. Now, there are two more things left in this box, and I can't decide which one to show you first. I think we're gonna go with game mat. Just as a side note, something I really love about these, if I just show you the box as well, because I got too excited to show you that a second ago. Something that I do love, there are washing instructions on it. Amazing. Once you get stuff on it, you spill your drink on it or something like that, it is not doomed. There are options. Now, we're going to do the playmat, because we have the playmat and tokens to tell you about. But the playmat first. Now, this is something that I absolutely love, and it seems silly because it is just a big game mat, but when you're playing a trading card game, especially when you're getting used to it for the first time, having an idea of where to put what cards is especially useful. It's something that in Pokemon, for example, you can buy the Battle Academy that has the board that shows you where everything goes, and it is incredibly useful when you have a moment of going, and where do I put that, and what do I do with that? Now, that is exactly what this does. This is your two-player mat. So you have spaces. This is pretty big. It's pretty big. It's designed to sit across your table so that you can play your cards on one side and your fellow player can play their cards on the other. Now, it's nothing too distracting. Artwork wise, it is just sort of, we're leaping into hyperspace. How wonderful. And that is wonderful. It sounds sarcastic, but it's not. And we have separate spaces for everything that we need. We have the base, leader, ground units, space units, deck, discard pile, initiative counter, and our resources. And if you want to know more about playing it, we'll be covering that a little bit later. But look at those. That just makes things so much easier, because we know I'm going to sit on the other side of the table to you when we play a game. Let's make it so that it makes sense what we're going to do every time we play. So there isn't that initial, oh, and have you put out your, oh, no, which side are you doing your air and your, no. All covered with a mat like this. And I know it sounds silly to be excited about this match, but it helps get people into the game. It makes it easier to teach, it makes it easier to bring more people along, and therefore I think is an absolutely wonderful thing. Now, the last thing that was in that box is tokens, which we haven't had a look at yet. Let us do that now. It is the last of the Gamegenic things they have sent us, and it comes in a bag like this. So these are premium tokens. We have quite a few different options in here. So we have an initiative counter, 2 epic action counters, 4 shield tokens, 5 experience counters, 5 reminders counters, 22 damage counters, and 16 modifier tokens of different types. Ready? Ah! Oh. These are beautifully tactile. I am a board gamer as well as a card gamer, or a trading card gamer I should say, and I like the feel of good tactile components because once you've got them you can keep your game beautiful. So we start with a big old chunky Star Wars Unlimited token, wonderful, and then we move on to things like being able to mark these little green ones. So we have +1/+1, so we know when we're making changes, when we're adding certain things onto our cards, when we're using modifiers, or when we're gaining bonuses, that we have cards that will denote it to make things a little bit easier. Now, one thing I do love, and if I'd known about this in advance before opening the box, I would have translated, is that we have Aurabesh written on them. I've never actually heard Aurabesh said out loud, so if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure you can correct me in the comments, but this is the Star Wars language that is used. Now, I don't know what that says. I would love to know what that says. If you can read it, please pop it in the comments and let me know what it does. But otherwise, the answer will be in the description. Now, in that description, you can also find links to Tabletop Gaming Magazine, which you should absolutely check out. And you should also comment and let us know what you're most excited about for this set, because I want to know. And that, our little spark of rebellion, is everything you need to know. But if you are a Star Wars fan, or you have any interest in this game, then you are going to want to check out the next issue of Tabletop Gaming Magazine, on sale in a little while. I will pop the information you need back in that description. But we are covering all things Star Wars on Tabletop. It is incredibly exciting. It means you'll be able to find out a little bit more about this game, but also other Star Wars games in the mix as well. Atomic Mass games? Thinking about Shatterpoint? We've got you covered. Wondering what RPG you should be playing for Star Wars? We've also got you covered. So if you like Star Wars, if you like Tabletop, if you like this, be sure to pick up the next issue. I can't wait to play this, and I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know, and I wish you the loveliest of days. We will see you across the table playing Star Wars Unlimited. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.